up in the sky. Look, it's captivating. It's energizing. It's Eliances Heroes. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups, where our heroes in business align. Now, here's your host flying in, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
Oh, that's right. It's all about builders, those that are building, those that are employing, those that are entertaining. Those are the heroes. Those are today's heroes, making a difference in their community. And again, the show's incredible. Wait till you hear who we have on today. Let me tell you, later on in the show, we're going to have Joe Reitman. Yes, he started off in the Geico commercial as the first caveman. Now he's in many shows, including Happy, many movies. You could reach him at Ugly Joe. In fact, he was with Married with Children. He was Kelly Bundy's boyfriend. And later on, we're going to have Christine Comerford, consultant to the White House and many well-known companies. Wait till you see what she can share with what's going on in the White House. But let's go ahead and let's get started with our first hero. And by the way, too, thank you for the feedback we continue to receive on our show from having Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank on and the CNBC founder. Well, he's the CTO and co-founder of the Herjavec Group. Now, you probably have heard of Herjavec Group because his partner is on Shark Tank. That's right, Robert Herjavec. And he is the co-founder along with George Frimpong. And you could reach him, Sean Higgins. And that's who's here today at SeanCHiggins.com. Or, of course, we'll have the link on our website at Eliances.com, the place where entrepreneurs align. Now, Sean, your group has been one of Canada's fastest growing technology companies and the country's, ready for this, listeners, largest IT security provider. How did this all come to be and for you to have such massive growth?
Well, from twofold. First off, Robert's a great visionary. You know, when he came and approached George and I to start the business, you know, he said, you know, it'd be nice to have a $50 million business. By the time we blew through 50, he was already talking 100. So he has the vision, he drives the vision, which is great. George leads sales. He makes sure that we sell stuff, and that when it comes to me, I make sure it works. You know, you gotta, whenever something gets sold, I'm the one usually going in, or not anymore, but used to be the one going in and putting it in, usually for the first time. So
that's scary.
Sometimes it is, because you're like, okay, what is this technology?
What's some of the things, though, to be able to have scaled those so quickly? I mean, you know, there's others that are in the field and others that had been doing it and stuff, but you guys just have the hockey stick, up and away.
Well, you know, being great at sales really helps, and then being great at delivery helps us maintain what we're doing. The third thing that we really have done well is we've had 9 or 10 acquisitions. And every time we bring on an acquisition, it's always 1 + 1 is greater than 2, you know, because we integrate very quickly and we move it along very quickly.
Now, Sean, you've been in the tech industry for over 25 years. What do you see as the next, quote, big thing? I mean, people are always looking of what's next. And, you know, you look back and you see all the different changes that happen. And especially with technology, more than ever.
Mm-hmm. You know, security is going to continue to be big because you know, the big thing with hackers is they just have to find one issue in your environment, whereas you trying to protect even yourself or your company, you have to protect everything and think of everything that they can think of. All they have to do is think of something new.
And especially now with everything being interconnected, the whole Internet of Things and the homes becoming more of it and stuff. Does your company work and do security in those fields too?
We haven't spent a lot of time in the Internet of Things at this point, you know, because that's mostly a consumer thing, though we're starting to see the bleeding into the corporate environment. But it hasn't been big for us right now. It is scary because we're seeing, you know, you're seeing last year the big denial of service attacks with those technologies.
Now, Sean, again, we have Sean C. Higgins. He is the CTO and co-founder of the Herjavec Group. You could reach him at SeanCHiggins.com because you're listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show, where entrepreneurs align. We have weekly roundtable events and many other things, so make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. Now, Sean, In the Canadian best-selling book Driven, you're described by Robert Herjavec as, which is truly amazing, the smartest guy I ever met. How do you respond to something like that? I mean, this is coming from him too, that now really everybody knows him so well on our Shark Tank. He's invested in a gazillion companies, but you're the smartest guy in tech.
Well, first of all, it's very humbling because, to hear somebody call you that, because I just pride myself in, making sure when I'm doing something for a customer, I'm doing the best that I can. And, part of that is listening to what they need and then figuring out how to do it for them. And, call it luck, call it whatever you will. It's just I enjoy that space, trying to solve those problems. And if that makes me the smartest guy in the room, then I guess that's what it is. But, I don't consider myself the smartest guy because in this business, you're always making mistakes and you just got to learn from it and move on forward.
Especially when the technology just keeps getting faster and faster and you're having to grasp the newest. It's not like you know it. Things just constantly change.
Yeah.
And I love it that you're an author, and the title of the book is just phenomenal. Living Your Purposeful Life. So what is the secret for someone to live with purpose? And what secrets can you share of really how to learn to live with purpose?
What I found is that, it's really just finding something you're passionate about and driving it forward. For me, I love playing with technology. I love learning technology and then making it work and, finding the problems and fixing them. So that's what drives me. Whatever drives you, go and do it. If that's out there driving a business, do it. But not everybody is passionate about that.
What's the best way, though, for someone to be able to find really what drives them? I mean, people like to dabble in things. There doesn't seem like a whole lot of consistency. And that's what, again, our show's about, to help educate people and find that. What have you found that?
It starts out with what interests you. In my career, long time ago when I went to high school, in my freshman year, the school bought a computer. And I just fell in love. And when I was deciding on what university to go to, I was, there were two different things I was looking at. I was looking at aerospace or computer science. And I, had been playing with the computer all those years in high school. I said, let's give this computer thing a try. And, I just loved it and kept going with it.
Where can we get your book, too? Is it on Amazon?
It's on Amazon.
Okay,
yes.
Amazon, all right.
Yeah.
And then can we also order it from Higgins.com?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
yeah.
Fantastic. And I want to give a shout-out, too, to Tim Wales for nominating you to be on the show. He's with Kadima.Ventures, and you were at the Kadima Fair, the Innovation Fair, and spoke and stuff. What do you see as being important? You mentioned about high school and being back, but important for children to be familiar with technology. In other words, it's always the thing now. You have so much thing with social media, and as parents, we're trying to kind of limit, but not limit enough. And where's the balancing point? And how do we have really educate our children to grow up and be successful and be one of the smartest guys nominated by someone, right?
Well, I think part of it is learning to disconnect from the technology. Because I think we're starting to see that the generation now is spending a little bit too much time. They're getting too disconnected. They think social media is bringing them together, and social media does do great things to bring people together. If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't have met Tim. But to only be in that space and think you're connected with social media I think is a disservice. So I think they have to understand how to use it, how to benefit from it, but also to learn to disconnect from it when time is right.
Well, Sean, you definitely are passionate with what you do. You've been at the forefront of cybersecurity for many years, keeping clients safe and aware of risks. You also help those in transition to lead more purposeful lives. You can reach Sean Higgins at SeanCHiggins.com, or of course we'll have the link on our website. And coming up next, Joe Reitman. That's right. Many shows including Happy, David Kogan with Eliances.